Hey guys, you here, Gene, and welcome to a brand new GTA 5 series where I sort of talk you guys through step-by-step process on how to improve your driving and your consistency, also keep up your pace and carry a lot of speed through these corners whilst preventing oversteer. So in this episode, we're going to be covering how to prevent oversteering completely, regardless of the environment. So I purposely put this under rainy conditions, as you can see, and I'm using one of the most oversteering cars in the game, which is in the muscle category, and it's called a Dominator. This is actually the quickest muscle car if you can perfect it and prevent the oversteering and carry a lot of speed through these corners. And that is what I'm going to show you through some racing techniques. So let's get right off the bat here. One thing you notice with my left analog stick is what you got to use, obviously, to turn with your car. You want to constantly flick it. You want to constantly flick it through these corners. It's one thing I do all the time, regardless. It's the same concept for every single car in the game, regardless how much they oversteer. This is the concept and the technique that I use all the time to prevent oversteer, right? It's to consistently keep flicking the left analog stick to the direction that you're turning at. And even on a straight, to position my car, I'm constantly flicking my analog stick to the direction that I want to go at. Now, another thing you want to pay attention is to the throttle control. A lot of cars that oversteer, you got to really be careful how you approach that corner, at what speed and where you brake. See, I brake, but when I brake, I press L2 slightly like that, but let go of R2. And as I straighten out, that's when I accelerate. So you want to let your car roll through these points here. You can accelerate through here because it's a wide exit, but you got to really pay attention to what corners you're taking. So this corner, I'm going to let go and floor it as I sort of see the nose of my car hitting the apex and straightening out. That's when I'm going to floor it. But when I brake, I don't brake and then immediately after, you know, press R2 and accelerate. I brake, but let my car roll through the corner like this. You let it roll through, but at the same time, constantly flick your left analog stick. That is important. Constantly flick it. And I want to show you guys more of an example because that was really short, but I'm going to start up another race. Right, so I really want to help you guys improve your driving because I really want a lot of people to keep up with people and really get into battles and using racecraft. But before you even get into the racecraft bit, you want to have pace and keep up with people to actually contest for an overtake. So right off the bat in the start of a race, you know, what do you notice? Because you can floor this entire bit, but to prevent the oversteer, this bit you want to let go with your car and carry that speed. And then as you straighten up, you floor it, brake a little bit here, but I let go of my R2 you saw there and just constantly flick your left analog stick. Let go right here, and as your car is straightening up, you floor it like that. You get a smooth line. You want to make sure you're prioritizing, you know, trying to carry a lot of speed. That's the main thing you want to prioritize, carrying a lot of speed, but making sure you're not pushing it too much. What a lot of people also do, they brake too much on corners that you don't need to brake at all. And that's really annoying. So you want to make sure you obviously brake early, but not too much, but let your car roll in. It's always good to let your car roll in rather than braking completely going to a full stop. So a lot of people do in this corner, they will just brake like this and like, oh, I'm sorry, okay, I broke too much there, and then lose a lot of speed and momentum. Whole point is to carry speed and momentum through these corners, and to do that, you want to let your car roll in. As your car is rolling in, you're not really completely going to a stop. You're still carrying speed, but you know, at the same time, you're not stopping. So this bit here, you brake a little bit, but let your car roll in. Constantly flick your left analog stick to the direction turning that. This bit, let go early and let your car roll in. I would honestly suggest just letting go of your acceleration throughout the entire time and just let your car roll in like this. Like, let go. You know, sometimes if you want to carry a little bit more speed, you can always accelerate as you're taking the corner, but I would not recommend that because you are increasing the chance of oversteering. But one of the techniques that I'm showing you here is the left analog stick. Constantly flicking it. This way you're going to get smoother lines for the entrance of the corner and the exit. So you see here, yet again carrying a lot of speed, and I'm going to let go at this point so I can get a nice flicking line through it and then accelerate right after as I'm straightening up. This bit you can let go, let your car just do the work for you, and flick this bit. You don't have to accelerate that because you've got a consecutive corner, and you can literally just let your car roll in through this point here, and then you accelerate. Brake a little bit. When I brake, like I said, I want to brake first and let go of R2, and as soon as I let go of my L2 and let my car roll a little bit as I'm straightening out, I'm quickly slam down my R2. But I would never do it right after each other because there needs to be a little point where you're going to sort of let your car roll in. That little pause is important. But this bit here, once again, you want to go quick. Remember guys, this is not me being slow and, you know, showing you some slow ass gameplay. It's me trying to be as optimal as possible with the pace and the speed that I'm carrying, and really to go quickly. So under rainy environments, Just managed to get a 1:20 lap time there. So 1:20. But let's see if I can go even quicker than that. That was a poor entrance to that corner. That's why I slightly fucked that up. But really to prioritize kissing the apex. Let go here, kiss the apex, and then floor it. Preventing all oversteer and brake here lightly. And there you go. Let go of it and then slightly press the R2. And you don't want to fully press it down when you're actually turning a corner. I'll slightly push it in, and then as you straighten out, that's when you floor it. You floor it as you straighten up. Let go here, keep flicking the analog stick. Main thing, you want to keep flicking that regardless what position you are. Just keep flicking. You don't want to constantly press it. Here's the thing, all right, let me give you an example of a bad drive. Okay, it's me stopping. Bad drive would constantly do this with his analog stick, right? That's not what you want to do, because that's going to make your car oversteer. Watch this, all right? I'm accelerating, blah blah blah. I'm doing the braking and whatnot. I'm turning like this, and oh shit. Okay, that's one oversteer there. It's like, no, it's not right. That's not the right technique you want to use. It's not gonna really help. It's gonna make things awkward. So you really want to just flick. But throttle control is also the element of balance there as well as you're doing this. So if I were to just press it down like this, look at this. Oversteer there, and you're gonna fuck up because you're trying to prevent that oversteer by turning the opposite direction. Because the car is so heavy, for this example, you're gonna carry a lot of speed across. So this is the technique you want to do. Just constantly flick and brake, let go, let your car roll in. This is the same concept which applies to all cars, by letting your car roll in. Rolling in is important. Alright, certain cars, you know, that tend to understeer and whatnot, don't really have to let it roll in, but most of the times with most cars you have to roll in like this. And that is basically, you know, just let me show you a really quick lap here. Try and beat that 120 quite easily right now. But just roll in and just brake right here, let it go, let it throttle control, floor it at this point because I can see it just straightening out. Let it roll in, floor it at this point, and as it goes straightens out this point here, let go, let it roll in, easy as that, and then floor it. No need to press the acceleration L2 here, no need to brake here, let it roll in, carry that speed, let it roll in, let go, brake a little bit, carry that speed right here, roll in, floor it in. You can see what I'm doing constantly with my left analog stick forward. This entire process is constantly flicking it. This bit, roll in and floor it at this point because it's got a wider exit, so you can carry a lot of speed through here. And then you let go right here, and you're going to approach this corner nice and smooth. There we go. I would exit out at 58 seconds, floor this bit here real quick, and you want to let go here, carry that speed, and you're going to brake a little bit here, let it floor, let it roll in, take this corner, take a left-hander, let it go, keep flicking, and at this point, you want to just floor it a little bit, let go, and kaboom, a 118.3. There you go. So that's basically, you know, really, I'm not making mistakes here. I'm preventing the oversteer. I'm consistently going quick. That is the technique you want to use. You want to constantly flick your left analog stick like this and throttle control. Let me show you here, like this. You want to, as you sort of take these corners, you don't want to just slam it. You don't want to slam it down as you're taking these corners. Certain corners like this. Let me show you this corner real quick, right? If I show it at this angle, I can show you. It's really difficult. I'm sort of feathering the throttle. That's what I'm doing. I'm feathering it as I'm taking these corners, especially when you get double right-handers which are coming out like this. See this double right-hander here? I'm going to take it, brake, but as I'm doing it, I'm just feathering it slightly as I'm straight, and then I floor it. I press it down. I fucking batter that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what you got to do. At the same time, when you brake first slightly, let the car roll in, and then you accelerate. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode to prevent oversteer. This works all the time. It makes my racing comfortable, my driving comfortable, and keeps me going consistently quick. Really quick, lap after lap, regardless of the environment. You can see it's a rainy environment, which obviously is going to make the car oversteer more than it already is, but it's still not oversteering because of the racing techniques that I'm using there with analog stick and throttle control and braking points. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember guys, make sure you let your car roll in and keep flicking the analog stick, keep practicing that because the girls will love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Shaggy son out. Good night, peace. Yeah. Hey guys, Shaggy here, aka Gene. So just a few days left till the new version of GTA 5. There's already been leaked information, leaked gameplays even out now. A few people are streaming the other